For our A2, we have chosen to study shark nets. Presenting today will be Maddie, Liana, Siana, and myself.
Shark nets are mesh nets that range from 124 and 180 meters in length and are about 6 meters tall. These nets are installed roughly 500 meters offshores within waters that are at least 10 meters deep. The purpose of shark nets is to protect individuals at Australia's beaches from shark attacks through intercepting specific sharks, reducing the possibility of them interacting with beachgoers. Shark nets within Australia have been employed within Australian beaches since the 1930s. Currently, 51 of metropolitan beaches within New South Wales have shark nets that are used between September to April. However, in Queensland, these nets are permanent throughout the year. So, what these nets do is entangle sharks so that they can't get to main swimming areas. The nets are checked every 2 to 3 days, and any sharks or entangled species are removed. The main species of sharks within New South Wales and Queensland in the nets that they're aiming to protect swimmers from are bull sharks, tiger sharks, and great whites.
Shark nets in Australia face intense debate between marine conservation and public safety. The main controversy is their effectiveness versus ecological harm. At the forefront of the debate is the reality that nets often catch endangered species like turtles, dolphins, and grey nurse sharks. 233 animals were caught in New South Wales nets during the summer of 2024 to 2025, of which only 24 were targeted sharks. On the opposing side of the debate is the reality that many beachgoers view the technology as an essential safety measure and won't swim at local beaches without them. Currently, New South Wales and Queensland are the only states using shark nets, and New South Wales have planned a trial to wind back nets at selected beaches for the 2025 to 2026 season. However, this trial was suspended after a recent attack in Sydney's northern beaches this September, creating uncertainty around political decisions.
The most important actors shaping shark nets in Australia are the Queensland Government and the New South Wales Government. Together, they control the largest shark meshing and control programs in the country, making them the most decisive in determining the future of this technology. Queensland is strongly pro net and has the clearest policy direction, while New South Wales is more ambivalent, often trialling reforms but pausing them after shark incidents. The Western Australian government is also important, though mainly as a model for non lethal alternatives, while scientific authorities and conservation NGOs play supporting roles by challenging the evidence for nets. In terms of outcomes, Queensland's strong pro net stance points to stasis or expansion. New South Wales's reactive approach points to temporarily pausing but overall continuation, while Western Australia demonstrates that non lethal success is possible elsewhere. To support our findings, we've created our own stakeholder map. So, our key stakeholders would be manufacturers, researchers, Sea Life, the government, and the community. And obviously, as you can see, there are several other stakeholders that are more minute that stem off these.
Our prediction is that shark nets in Australia will phase out in response to the increasing environmental concerns of the design, which are causing severe harm to marine life. Evidence reveals that 240 non-target animals were caught in the shark nets during the 2023 to 2024 meshing season, which has increased public awareness about shark nets' ecological harm. Non-profit organisations such as the Australian Marine Conservation Society encourage conversations that advocate for policy changes in favour of more effective and environmentally sustainable alternatives that will ensure the coexistence amongst both humans and marine life. Emerging trends and patterns have suggested a transition towards reducing the large amount of netted beaches, creating shorter netting seasons, and implementing safer designs that minimises these entanglement risks. This transition to innovative, eco-friendly technologies will aim to protect people attending beaches and also ensure the conservation of marine life.
The New South Wales government resists the development of traditional shark nets, removing a total of 51 shark nets from the 31st of March 2025. The government aims to replace these nets with non-lethal modernised technologies, including smart drumlines and drones, which will decrease the need for shark nets on New South Wales beaches. These smart drumlines are duly a shark migration tool and a research tool that will minimise potential interactions with sharks while decreasing the impact on marine life. This is supported by the New South Wales Department of Primary Industries pledging to support the reassessment of shark nets to move towards non-lethal new technologies. This shift reflects not just a significant change in our coastal management strategy, but society's heightened awareness and care for marine life, with various government bodies speaking out, including Greens Marines spokeswoman Kate Furman, stating that shark nets do nothing to keep beachgoers safe. What they do is indiscriminately kill marine animals. New South Wales now intends to phase out shark nets, aiming to implement these more sustainable methods that will protect both beachgoers and marine life. As mentioned in our readings, the New South Wales government stance reflects the enological approach to technology, being how shark nets are a part of an ecology affecting relationships with both individuals and the environment. The Queensland government, however, supports shark nets and is focusing on expanding the nets and drumlines. In the next 4 years, the Queensland government is planning to spend roughly $88.2 million into the Shark Control Management Plan. This plan utilises both the current shark nets with new technologies, including drone surveillance. With the government's goal of minimising shark attacks, ensuring public safety, the Minister of Primary Industries, Mr. Pettit, stated it being big and bold and puts swimmers' safety first. Although the government argues this program reflects historical success in reducing shark attacks, additional stakeholders, including scientists and conservation groups, beg to differ, with Sea Shepherd Australia Jonathan Clark stating that the nets would endanger marine life and might increase risk to swimmers.
Evidently, the law and policy actors in Queensland and New South Wales have largely opposing opinions when interpreting the issue of shark nets. New South Wales interprets the debates through an ecological modernisation lens. Therefore, they blame outdated technology as part of the problem, causing preventable harm. Their solution emphasises evidence-based policy defined by careful and deliberate transition that aims to balance multiple stakeholders' concerns about both safety and conservation. Opposingly, Queensland understands shark nets through a historical risk management and empirical outcomes lens. KPMG evaluations show substantially lower shark attacks where shark control equipment is operational, forming the government's interpretive foundation. Queensland frames this as not an environmental or a technological debate, but rather values public safety and relies on correlation data. Environmental actors reject both frameworks, understanding networks through ecological science, demonstrating false security whilst causing environmental harm.
Starting with the Queensland Government in its Shark Management Plan 2025 to 2029, Queensland reaffirmed lethal nets and drumlines, announcing an $88 million expansion. This is a high-power pro-net actor, and its stance is likely to entrench nets on the East Coast. The New South Wales Government invited councils to propose net removals in 2024, but after the 2025 Dee Why fatality, Premier Min said pausing removals was the right thing to do. This is a high-power but reactive actor, with decisions shaped by public sentiment after incidents. The Western Australian Government does not use shark nets. Instead, they are funding barriers, drones, and their SharkSmart app. It has high power regionally but limited influence on eastern states. Scientific authorities. The New South Wales Threatened Species Scientific Committee concluded there is no evidence that such actions decrease fatalities, and noted that 94% of catch are non-target species. This is medium power. Strong evidence, but no final say. NGOs. Groups like Humane Society International and the RSPCA amplify this evidence, calling nets outdated and ecologically destructive. They hold medium to low power, influential in media and lobbying, but unable to override government policy. In short, Queensland and New South Wales governments are the decisive actors, with scientists, NGOs, and the Western Australian Government offering resistance but holding less direct power.
The current debate is most likely to result in a shift towards non-lethal technology-based shark management methods such as smart drumlines, tag listening stations, drones, and real-time warning systems. According to research from the Effectiveness of Shark Management, smart drumline systems are effective non-lethal technologies that relocate sharks before they reach populated regions, reducing risk to humans and avoiding any unnecessary shark fatalities as well. This study found that only 0.8% of captured animals died, which revealed how smart drumlines effectively minimizes harm to marine life while also enhancing the safety of humans. This evidence further reinforces the prediction that Australia will replace lethal shark nets with more innovative, efficient, and sustainable technologies in the future.